Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I thought since we're all stuck in the house, today would be a good day to do some of these smaller videos I've been wanting to do. So today we're going to make Cowboy coffee. Stick around. Best way to make Cowboy coffee is to start with cold water. And just add your coffee, whatever flavor you like. No measuring needed. What we're going to do is let this come to a rolling boil. Those grounds will recirculate through the water from the bottom to the top, and it'll just keep recirculating. Once you hit that rolling boil, you want to let that go for approximately 1 minute. And then you're going to remove it from the heat, and I'll show you that step. The main thing, like I said, is to start with cold water. That's the most important thing. And I'll explain why later. Pour your grounds in. Don't stir them. Try not to mix them up too much. Let them do their own thing. You don't want to bother them. They will recycle through once the water's boiling, and you'll let that on for 1 minute, and then you'll remove it and you'll let it steep for about 4 minutes, and I'll show you what we do then. In case any of you are wondering, the stove that I'm using is basically a GAC. It's called GAK, and it's a knockoff of a French Army Canteen Cup stove. This one's stainless. The original French Army Canteen Cup stoves were aluminum, so I prefer the stainless. No special reason, just better quality, heavier duty. What I did was I took an Altoids tin and I lined the tin with stove rope, and that's all I did, and just add my alcohol to it. I know some people are going to ask, this is a Swiss M84 Canteen Cup. It's approximately 1 liter. And I'm going to do a video on that at some point too. You can put the lid on here if you want it to heat up a little bit quicker. The only thing I suggest is that when it comes to making the Cowboy coffee, you want to keep an eye on it. You don't want it to boil over or foam up. So my suggestion would be, you can do that for a little bit in the beginning, but I would keep an eye on it, and towards the end, once you start to get a little bit of a boil, I would keep the lid off. So you can get those M84 Swiss canteen cups and canteens really cheap online. They're roughly 7, 8, 9, sometimes $10 for the canteen and the cup. And they're original Swiss military surplus. And I have about 4 of them just because I like the size. They hold just about 1 liter, so it's almost the same amount as a regular USGI canteen, but they're thinner, they're taller, so they fit better in a pack. But this one was pretty cool. This one had this name on. And I'm assuming that's some sort of ID number. It's pretty neat that, you know, it still had the soldier's ID tag on. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to keep that. We're getting close. Make sure my stove didn't go out here. I don't know if I put enough alcohol in or not. should be getting somewhat close here. Wind took a turn on me. All right, so I'm going to leave the lid off now because we're getting really close to the boil. And I'll show you what that looks like. As you can see, the coffee grounds have started to incorporate themselves into the water, and around the edge is starting to bubble up. That's the beginning of your rolling boil. You'll see the edge do that first, and it'll work its way into the middle. And I'll bring you back when we get to that point. Okay, so we're just about there. Here comes the start of our rolling boil. And I'm gonna count to 1 minute in my head, and at 1 minute I'm gonna remove it. It's very crucial that you keep it around 1 minute. 1 minute 20 could make your coffee bitter. So I'm gonna start right now. 10 more seconds. And that's 1 minute. So now, remove it from the heat. Just let it steep for about 4 minutes. And then I'll bring you back and show you the last step. All right, so it's been about 4 minutes. And now, there's two ways you can do this. I like to do it both because that way I know I'm not going to be chewing on grounds. You can wrap the side a little bit, and that will coax the grounds to sink to the bottom. I'm about 3-4 foot high. It's about where you want to be. And I'll show you pouring it in. Keep it at that height. And that's all you need to do. And now your grounds will be at the bottom. I'm going to pour some out and enjoy a cup of coffee. All right, so there you go, guys. Cowboy coffee on the back porch. And as you can see, there is no grounds in there. If you follow that method, which is the Morse-Kohansky method, it makes the absolute best coffee. I mean, there's nothing better than this. Other than possibly roasting your own beans and grinding them fresh, it doesn't get any better than this, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless.